nai haki yangu walai inakuzimia. I was shy to remember that day niliyokutokea. Wanasema why penzi lako sikatai limenikolea. Ushantoa nishai wengine hawafai nimejionea. Anyota nyai bila we aingai unaniwezea. Tunduma why I feel to die. Tunduma why nai ukinikubali sikatai jua you already in my mind. Ukinipa sikatai nakupenda sana you always my mind. You always in my mind. Saka zinanimaliza you always. Wanampenda Samia mikono juu. Wanampenda Samia mikono juu. Punga DJ Pulse churu nampenda kama ringtone ana maringo. Huyu binti mtamtam soga zake ziko simple apeli bingo alihishi ham. Niko naye sina nyimbo nikatoa single mpaka sasa na album. Ni mkali wa mitindo ateki mingo kitandani mashamsham. Kila siku mimi niko naye kila siku mwizi penzi linatia fora. Hata mama na papa wanasema Tunduma ndo bora. Kila siku mimi niko naye kila siku mwizi penzi linatia fora. Dem mama dem papa wanasema mimi CBS go bora. Tukutane tena baadaye Tunduma. Joni betena baadaye Swaziki usikose kuja baadaye Wata CCM ipo na ipoga usio Sito si Sito si tunachotaka bado tupo bado tupo. Tunachofanya sisi maendeleo tu. CCM tupo wapinzani mataliwa. Tunachofanya sisi maendeleo tu. CCM tupo wapinzani mataliwa. Dr. Samia yupo bado yupo. Dr. Hussein Mwinyi bado yupo. Dr. Nchimbi yupo. Inua bendera juu, inua bendera juu. Bendera juu, bendera juu, bendera juu, bendera juu. Semo. Samia tunatamba naye. Zanzibari mwenye tuko naye. Kaja Dr. Nchimbi wamenunae. Wana sera hao wamebumae. Tunachofanya sisi maendeleo tu. CCM tupo wapinzani mataliwa. Tunachofanya sisi maendeleo tu. CCM tupo wapinzani mataliwa. Dr. Samia yupo bado yupo. Weka bendera juu, bendera juu, bendera juu, bendera juu. Dr. Nchimbi yupo. Nyanyua bendera, nyanyua bendera. CCM chama kubwa tupo bado tupo. Welcome. Bandera, 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 bandera. Bendera juu, bendera juu, bendera juu, bendera juu. CCM tupo wapinzani mataliwa. Tunachofanya sisi maendeleo tu. CCM tupo wapinzani mataliwa. Tupo bado tupo, usachia tupogo, bado tupo, ubaya ubwela tupogo, bado tupo, CCM chama kubwa tupogo, bado tupogo. Hey! Tunduma baba bendera. Umaskendo, wana maringo, ashangi jidai. Kwa wako upendo, wengine kando tupendane tufurahi. Tabia na mwenendo, tabia kwa vitendo, kingacha nitadai. Maji ya shingo, nimefika ukingo, kweli haitona. Tu baba goro, ai, baba, Stengo, tumefika leo kwa sababu yako baba. Tu baba goro, baba, Baba Luce Bendera! Bendera! And you, only and you, just stop me and you, only and you, forever me and you. Kidoma, I kick on my way. DJ. Tunduma, I Tunduma, Lekadu tigite. Wanampenda Mheshimiwa Samia Suluhu Hassan, mikono juu. Peperusha bendera. Nikisema Samia, unasema mitano tena. Samia! 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 Tukutane baadaye.
CCM oye! CCM oye! Tunaendelea. Burudani iendelee.
Okay.
Watoto wa Tunduma, piga makofi kwa spidi, sogea mbele nikuone.
Okay. Okay. Tunduma mmechoka bado? Sijaona bendera. Twende tena. Azungusha tena. Ozungusha tena. Tunduma ozungusha tena. Azungusha tena. Out to run. Tunduma inakuaje? Wanangu wa UV CCM mpo? Wanangu wa hamasa mambo vipi? Oktoba? Bane, mimi nataka niwaletee mwamba huyu hapa huyu. Najua mtamkubali sana kwa sababu najua ni mwanenu. Nataka nione bendera zikipepea. Nataka nione mifuko ikipepea. Nataka nione kama una kofia una chochote pepea. Hichi kichwa ninacholeta ni matata sana. Mpaka kule pepea sana. Out to run niletee.
Nichukulia poa. Kumbe mimi mwenyewe ni mtoto.
Pepea usitoshe. Let's go Billa.
Nichukulia poa.
Billa.
Ni mtoto wa Akaunti.
Billa.
Kupenda kuoa.
Wow. Papa pam pam bila pam pam bila pam pam bila. Let's go. Hey. Bill. Wameatimba.
Kafanyaje? Kafanyaje?
Hey.
Peperusha bendera.
Weka bendera juu, weka mkono juu.
Peperusha bendera usishushe. Watoto wa Tunduma peperusha.
Toto kavamia pombe kakutana na gang, toto kazania konde. Kadadia tonge, ipo danger days mina pambania kombe. Mafakamia yote na vuchochea moto tukalipuke wote. Akanambia chonde kakutana na bek na chapa miguu.
Tunduma!
Poa, kumbe mimi mwenyewe ni mtoto wa tam. Maraona kupenda takuoa. Shaniona boya kutoka kunipiga sound. Alitaka kunichukulia poa. Kumbe mimi mwenyewe ni mtoto wa tam. Maraona kupenda takuoa. Shaniona boya kutoka kunipiga sound.
Papanila.
Hola out to run. Bwana, mbona kama wanatuchukulia poa? Hapa kuna vibe sana. Kama unajikubali una vibe mikono miwili juu. Weka mikono miwili juu, alafu usishushe kwa sababu linaenda kupigwa maokoto. Kwa hiyo yoyote atakayeruka na hii nyimbo Mungu atampa maokoto mengi sana mwaka huu. Asiweka mikono awe fukara mwaka mzima. Anayetaka kuwa tajiri mikono miwili juu, tunaruka Kimasai. Nataka kuona nango tunaruka Kimasai. 1, 2, 3, ruka.
Ruka juu.
Sisi wenyewe mabosi.
Ruka juu.
Wanatobea mikosi.
Ruka juu.
Tunalindwa na sabodi pekee.
Keep on the ball. Hey.
Badman.
Whoa. Hey.
Wanasema rumba kweli. Nafanya makusudi kushinda chuki zao. Tena wanafiki bado nakula nao. Na hainipi shida riziki ya watoi wao. Ex wangu wanatamani niachi. Nifubani isheni za adui zangu wanatamani waniziki. Nimechoka mbaya na mwisho nifilisi. Hao wananisema mimi hawa. Wakiomba mabaya na rukwa. Wananisema mimi hawaumia. Wakiomba mabaya na rukwa.
Hatuwajili na mabosi. Tunalindwa na kama uagizi na mabosi. Weka mikono miwili juu. Weka usishushe. Tunapeleka kushoto, kulia. Hivi twende.
Napenda kuhesabu namba 1, 2, 3.
Let's go.
Napenda kuhesabu namba 1, 2, 3.
Nenda.
Kinamba namba.
Ruka!
Kinamba namba.
Namba 1, namba 3, namba 5, namba 7, namba 1, namba 3, namba 5, namba 7.
Nasema woyo. Sema woyo. Sema na.
Kama utani mtoto kanambia mambo. Kama utani mtoto kasogea kando. Kama utani mtoto katoa paswe.
Sema.
Kama utani mtoto kanipea.
Unaruka juu.
Luka juu. Sema woyo.
Namba 1, namba 3, namba 5, namba 7, namba 1, namba 3, namba 5, namba 7.
Oh lolo. Aiwana.
Hola. Bwana, nikisema namba 1 unaitikiaje? Hapana, unaitikia kwa Samia. Kila nitakachoimba unaitikia kwa Samia. Hakikisha unapaza sauti, mama anakusikia. Kameramani nizumie, ambaye haimbi mama atamuona. Kameramani hakikisha una zoom kwa kila mtu. Namba 1, maendeleo na Oktoba tunatiki na ushindi. Mungu amlinde. Bwana, nimekubali. Sasa nataka kupima kati ya hapa na hapa, wapi wana vibe. Kama una bango, una kofia, una kitambaa,
Peperusha.
Unapeperusha.
Peperusha.
Unapeperusha.
Peperusha. Wo.
Zungusha.
Peperusha bendera. Sijaona bendera masala. Twende.
Wakija kichwa jue mama tasanda. Wakija kichwa jue mama kamanda. Wakija kichwa jue mwinyo tasanda. Wakija kichwa jue chimbi kamanda.
Peperusha bendera.
Ndo kabali yao, CCM wao, ndo kiboko yao. Mola mpe baraka mama, anajitoa na tupigania sana. Masela Tanzania ya sasa jama, tuhakikishe tunaondoka na mama, tunaondoka mama lishe, tunaondoka na mama, tunaondoka wakulima, tunaondoka na mama.
Watoto Tunduma, tukisema tunaondoka na mama tunaondoka wote, si ndio? Hapa mwanangu asiyeondoka unampiga bao. Achia uturani. Nataka twende hivi.
Weka bendera juu.
Weka.
Peperusha bendera. Twende tena, peperusha bendera. Masela bendera. Peperusha bendera. Aya.
CCM wao, ndo habari yao. CCM wao, ndo kiboko yao. CCM wao, ndo habari yao. CCM wao, ndo kiboko yao. Wakija kichwa jue kwa mama tasanda. Wakija kichwa jue mama kamanda. Wakija kichwa jue kwa mwinyo tasanda. Wakija kichwa jue chimbi kamanda. CCM wao, ndo habari yao. CCM wao, ndo kiboko yao. Mola mpe baraka mama, anajitoa na tupigania sana. Masela Tanzania ya sasa jama, tuhakikishe tunaondoka na mama. Boda boda
Tunaondoka nao. Tunaondoka nao. Tunaondoka nao. Tunaondoka.
wakulima,
Tunaondoka nao. Tunaondoka.
tunaondoka na mama, tunaondoka. CCM wao, ndo habari yao. CCM wao, ndo kiboko yao. CCM wao, ndo habari yao. CCM wao, ndo kiboko yao. Wakija kichwa jue kwa mama tasanda. Wakija kichwa jue mama kamanda. Wakija kichwa jue kwa mwinyo tasanda. Wakija kichwa jue chimbi kamanda. CCM wao, ndo habari yao. CCM wao, ndo kiboko yao. Kura zote kwa mama, mitano tena hiyo. Kashika usukani, tunaondoka hivyo. Tunajua nguvu ya kijani ndo CCM hiyo. Nguvu kwa pinzani wanaogopa huko. Wakija kichwa jue kwa mama tasanda. Wakija kichwa jue mama kamanda. Wakija kichwa jue kwa mwinyo tasanda. Wakija kichwa jue
Watoto wa Tunduma.
CCM wao, ndo habari yao. CCM wao, ndo kiboko yao. CCM wao, ndo habari yao. CCM wao, ndo kiboko yao. Boda boda
Tunaondoka. Twende.
mama lishe,
Tunaondoka na mama.
This is your brain when you're struggling to focus. And this is your brain when you're in the zone. But getting in the zone and staying there, that feels more like luck than something you can control. So that's why we made Brain FM. It's like a do not disturb setting for your mind. And it gets you focused in just 5 minutes. Using science and sound, Brain FM guides your brainwaves into an optimal state for productivity called neural phase locking. which lets different parts of your brain work together more easily. Compared to average music, Brain FM actually increases and sustains your focus over time, letting you stay in the zone for as long as you want. You can also use Brain FM for relaxation, meditation, and even sleep. But don't take our word for it. Join millions of others and try it yourself for free and see what you get done with Brain FM.
Makato madogo kuliko.
In the country that today positions have been monetized. Of course, you realize that people say, after spending all the time doing this and this and this, but the element of doing this and this has something to make people happy. To make the voters happy, to motivate them. And we've seen people accusing others that for you sold your vote to someone, so when they go to represent you, they'll first of all work to regain the money they spent in giving you while they were campaigning before they can think about anything else. But in the Uganda we want, are we still able to run away from money politics?
Thank you very much. First and foremost, I want to congratulate the National Resistance Movement upon having, I should say, of course in quotes, successful elections. That the elections for the Central Executive Committee and also the other political parties, some of the political parties that have had their primary elections for either lower level positions or national positions, including those who are fielding candidates for members of parliament, but also those who picked nomination forms for presidency. I'm told the list has grown to probably 200. But we hope that they will be able probably to convince people so that they get the required signatures and they are able to, come to the center stage and lay out their manifesto. I think, first of all, our politics is open and it is free come in, free go out. Okay. But of course, it's an issue of concern to see how money controls our politics today. And because money controls our politics, you're not able to get the right leader that you want just because, one, that leader maybe that does not have the money, or they have integrity, like Honorable was saying here, how she refused to bribe and influence voters through. We've seen so many funny things. Alcohol, we've seen people distributing salt. One time, a friend of mine who is a member of parliament, now a senior legislator actually in parliament, we met somewhere. I think we met in Ginger, I was in Ginger, and then he told me, oh, please escort me to the bank. So when we went to the bank, he exchanged money. He got money from the bank, but in coins. So he had about 10 sacks of coins, and these were taken to, to the car. And then, so I asked him, what is this money for? He said, when we go for these campaigns, people ask us for money. And it is very easy, if you have exchanged, you easily dash out to everyone who comes to you. So I was very surprised. And then I started thinking, so those of us who may not have the money, but we are leaders, you know, that means we will not be able to compete for these national positions because at the end of the day, you don't have money. It is possible to have money out of our politics. However, that is going to require a systematic change. Number two, it will also require mindset change. Mindset change, first of all, for the electorates, the people who are involved in electing leaders. And then systematic changes. You probably need a very clear legislation. Of course, we have some laws, especially when you look at the Parliamentary Elections Act and the Presidential Elections Act and the Electoral Commission Act. It penalizes or describes bribery as an offense that is actually punishable by law. And the question is, how many people who participate in politics have been held by the courts, yeah, on the issue of bribery? Because sometimes the evidence is actually overwhelming, yeah? But you'll find that in the last election, maybe not more than 5 people, or if none, was actually held by the courts. And yet, offenses, rather, you know, these cases are filed in court, that so-and-so committed the offense of bribery. They were seen dashing out money. We've seen videos where people who are either participating in primaries actually dashing out money physically of the justice system. So that's why I'm saying it needs a systematic overhaul. First of all, you need the judiciary to be committed, yeah, to the principles of administration of justice. That is, providing justice for the poor, but also for the rich. And then secondly, you need a system that holds leaders accountable, you know? And already we have the law there. But I think in 2024, people were thinking that we need a more stringent law that can actually hold people, especially when they participate in, you know, election financing using their own money. Because at the end of the day, should be able to get some form of financing so that they are able to, you know, finance their activities, so that people do not have to bring in their money into the political game, which is a big challenge. Of course, we saw during the primaries and all the allegations that we had for the SEC elections, how money exchanged hands. We were hearing this on social media. I want to say that they are allegations. But we are told money exchanged hands. And this is unfortunate because the people that participate in SEC are probably the cream of the country. I think Honorable agrees with me. They are the cream. These are the top best leaders that we probably have in the country. The people who participate in parliamentary elections are the best leaders, you know, that we can have at a national level. But you can see what is actually happening. So yes, it is possible to have money out of politics if we can have stronger enforcement of laws in place, but also enactment of more strict laws in place and commitment from government institutions to see that bribery is defeated. because we know that some members of parliament actually go to parliament and all their 5 years is wasted. They use it to pay debts. So at the end of the day, he's not able to deliver his mandate as a legislator. Why? Because every time he sits, money lenders are looking for him. You see that? So it's a challenge. The money that probably, I don't know, Honorable, if they still give the Constituency Development Fund. I don't know whether it is still there. But if they give the Constituency Development Fund and someone has debts or someone used bribery to get their way into politics, will they be able to use that money for the common good, for the people? Yeah, so it's a question. The other thing I wanted to say is, what is the source of all this money? Yeah, I saw, I think, something like a supplementary that is coming up. And my. The loans. The loans. How can you run your home on such loans? The loans, they are extreme. So the cost of administration is seemingly becoming very high. Why? Because at the end of the day, you know, somehow money has to get to the politicians because they have to deliver on the promises and say, you promised this year, but you have not delivered. So somehow we have to look for money. We have to borrow so that this money can then be used to finance those promises. Anyway, I think let me first stop here. But we had allegations of how senior leaders were having accounts in the names of other, you know, staff. And money is going to those accounts, money that cannot be explained. So it's a challenge. I don't think that is the Uganda we want. Okay. Because we are talking about integrity. Now there is something called the Leadership Code Act. The Leadership Code Act seeks to have integrity within the leaders who are serving the greater public. Yeah? And I think the IGG should be interested in this thing called bribery. They should really investigate the sources of this money, and if it is found that someone is actually violating the leadership code through bribery, then they should actually be tried. And I'm thinking that leadership code tribunal is very redundant, probably. And we are trying, they are trying the small fish. They are not trying the real people who are supposed to be facing these tribunals. Yeah, so it's a challenge. So we hope that now that, of course, yesterday I think they were screening them in Parliament. They were the new tribunal. So we think that the IGG and the Leadership Code Tribunal will really deliver on its mandate of fighting corruption. Okay. We really need commitment. Okay. Yeah, so thank you.
Thank you so much, John. Honorable. About a few things have been raised to you to respond to, but also as a Christian, you know, we always say that if one tomato is rotten, it can spoil even the others if they are put together. So as a Christian, how are you going to remain standing amidst all these without compromise, and the flag of Christ shall remain high? And people will say, okay, there was this and this and this, but at the end of it all, that woman remained a Christian, even amidst controversial situations.
John came in with a phrase in which he said, SEC, or the persons who are voting in SEC, should be the top cream of the country. That's true. But could also be false. Why? Because the people who are coming into SEC and into NEC and into these bodies are coming from our society. He wasn't here. I don't know if he was following online as he was coming in. But that's what we were talking about, so I won't belabor it again. What you have in SEC, what you have in NEC, is simply a depiction of what our society is. Now, I have lived my entire life in the area of fighting corruption. I told you I started in DPP. I was a prosecutor, fighting crime. I went to URA, I was fighting tax evasion. I went into UNRA, I was dealing with corruption and fighting corruption. So I have fought corruption all my life using the law. When he says, are there things we could do, make the law stronger, enforce even more? I mean, these things have been done, but have they actually made a difference? If we fail to go to the root, which is what I was talking about, the root that we as people of this country take ownership of the fact that we are the ones who have a problem. It doesn't matter how stringent the law becomes. It doesn't matter how many people we push into prisons. We will not change. So the people we are pushing into politics only are what we are in society. This is why I'm in politics. Me, I come as a Christian. Our conversation here, and I know the law, and I have, but I have not expressed myself much in that regard because I think it is not the solution. I think the solution is in changing ourselves to be the Uganda we want to see. The Uganda we want to see, it is us to say no, it is us to say yes. If you must ask me to give you money in order for you to join my line, there is no commitment after that. I have paid you, I have received my payment. Each one of us, the contract is over. So do you expect service delivery from such a politician? No, your contract was over from the beginning. So let us know what we want as Ugandans. Let us look for leaders, not because they are rich, not because they have money to buy people on the line, but because we are looking for leaders who want to give service delivery to the people. Don't lose a good leader who wants to focus on service because they don't have money. Focus on service delivery. That's what we expect from our parliament. We expect, I think, 3 things, which are all based on integrity. One is oversight. The key issue in service delivery is oversight. And the role is squarely with the parliament. Service delivery, service monitoring, oversight function. Are we doing it? I am not yet there. But we can answer it from the community perspective. Right? I don't want to answer that. But Austin can, John can, anybody out there can. Are we doing our oversight function over the services that are expected to come from government? Are we holding government accountable? Are we holding the people there that are supposed to do the service accountable as leaders? That's core. Number one of the functions we're supposed to do. The other is legislating. If we sit to legislate, do we legislate because we have been paid, or do we legislate because that's what is good for our country? Again, that comes from the moral fabric of what I have been talking about. What values do you hold? That if I should take a package of money and then I say the wrong thing into a law, wrong. You know, budget appropriation. He is talking about supplementaries. I don't think the supplementaries came for NRM elections. Our elections were run with our money. But the question is oversight. Oversight. Appointments. Do we approve an appointment because somebody is our friend, or do we approve because out of those that have been given, they're actually the best? So for me as a Christian, the basket with many tomatoes? No. If it is a basket with bad tomatoes, we are all doomed. Even the good one will do it.
Right.
we wrote. But if we want to be the Uganda we want to see tomorrow, each one of us must turn themselves into a good tomato. And that is possible because we are not actually tomatoes, we are people with a brain. If you're not dead, you can choose. It's a choice you take. Am I going to be a bad tomato? Am I going to be a good tomato? As an individual, if I choose to be a good tomato in a basket of bad tomatoes, I'm as good as rotten, because that stench will not be able to know that there is one good tomato still alive down there. So Austin, it is all of us. It is all of us as a country. If we are going to, if we are, is what I should do when everybody is watching. And that monitoring can only be done by yourself, Austin, because in the dark you are alone. So monitor yourself in the dark as in the day, and then we will see the Uganda we want to see. And it is so possible if we deal with our individual character. It's a character issue. It's a character issue that starts with every individual. One, no, is not enough. But I believe that we should be 80% Christians. And that's for me my prayer. That 80% Christians, John, 80% Christians. If we live as Christians, this country should be an excellent country.
Thank you so much, Honorable. John, looking at the Parliament that is finalizing their tenure and having a projection of the Parliament that will come, what is that Parliament that you would like to see in the forthcoming elections?
Okay, thank you very much. First and foremost, the roles of members of Parliament have been stipulated by Honorable. Now, for me, as a person, first of all, I would love to see a people-centered Parliament. A Parliament that legislates for the good of its people. A Parliament that legislates to promote the interests of the people. You know, Parliament can legislate, but sometimes they may legislate based on the interests of either party leaders, based on the interests of even the members of Parliament themselves. For example, you can make a law that stops you from being taxed as a legislator. You know, that may not be for the good of the people. So we want to see a Parliament that is alive to legislating laws that protect the social welfare of its people. For example, there's a time we were pushing for the National Legal Aid Law. This is a law that would ensure access to justice for the vulnerable people. But this bill suffered a natural death in Parliament. But we also we have other aspirations. For example, talk about the National Insurance Scheme. This is an aspiration for everybody. It is something that we would all benefit from. But up to now, we've not achieved that national insurance scheme. What about financing either government projects? We want to see a Parliament that will put emphasis on issues of agriculture. I wish monies allocated to agriculture could actually be increased, because that is where our niche is. If African countries can leverage on agriculture, then we can be the food basket for Europe and the US. And even if they do not want to trade with us, they will be forced to trade with us because we supply their markets with food. So we want to see Parliament allocating more resources to productive ventures, especially agriculture, We want to see more resources allocated to health services. And I wish that Parliament can roll out this national health insurance scheme. That will be a big gift to the people of Uganda. But also looking at other areas, we want to see a Parliament that is not out of touch with the reality, out of touch with the electorate. Yeah? Sometimes because of their busy schedule, they are not so much in house that is out of reality with the common man. If you spend on things that are not important to the common man, then the common man will have no respect for you at the end of the day, because you're spending on things that do not help us. And yet, you go to Mulago, there are people who are still sleeping on the floor. But this hospital is just less than 200 meters away from Parliament of Uganda and from the other structures. The Ministry of Health is just close there. So we still have those systematic challenges in our health system. Even our education system, we want to see more funding to universal primary education, but also universal secondary education. Today in Kampala here, even the schools that are under UPE and youth programs, they still charge school fees. So you find that the vulnerable people within the city will not be able to afford to educate a child at Buganda Road Primary School. They will not be able to educate a child at the nearest school. And yet government has said this is free education and it should be education for all. So this is still a challenge. And also, of course, the welfare of the young people who are going to school. I think that is also something that came out that Parliament needs to actually think about. The welfare of the young people who are going to school, especially the children in government schools and in primary level. Their welfare is something that is key. So I think we want to see a caring nation out of this Parliament, a harmonious Parliament that builds and mends relationships. That is what we want to see. You know, people working together in unity, people, of course it's not possible that they will speak the same language, because you have those in government and you have those who are always opposing. And for me, my concern is people opposing even the good things that are actually being done. Because the role of the opposition is to check government. But if there are those good things that government is actually doing, let us support those kind of initiatives. So I think that is also integrity, where you see good in what is being done and you recognize that this is actually good that is being done. That is also a big challenge that we have in our society today. Because what is good, people don't call it good. What is bad is what they call bad. They will never speak about the good. They will speak about the bad. So I think it's important that as leaders, we have to recognize the contributions of each other, and we have to push for national unity. Okay. As the Parliament serves the country. National unity is very key.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, John. I think let me go through some of these, because some of them are questions directed to both of you, and then we shall wind up. I'll start with Derek Ayesiga. is your voter. He says, kindly tell Honorable that we are proud of her as the people of Mwenge South and eagerly waiting to vote her into power in 2026 for God and my country. And then, of course, there is another one called Haman Ayebale. Haman says, to be sincere, I'm one of the people who never liked a woman to be in Mwenge County. But sometimes when I listen to her speak, I feel she's the right person to be the person to represent this constituency. Well, thank you so much for the show. Honorable Kamuli, I want to assure you that in Mwenge County, and maybe that side, you might be lucky that people are not over-pestering. But come to Kampala here. Your vote is bought. Whether you like it or not, money and voting are together until death does them apart.
Wow.
Okay. Thank you so much for the show. Council talked about, no, I don't know which council they're referring to, but council talked about something about the IGG, but haven't you heard about faults in them about corruption as well? So how do you feel, how do you think a corrupt person can come against a fellow corrupt person?
And so the question would be still the leadership question. Who are you entrusting with this kind of position? Are they people who have been tested? Are they people who have been tried? Are they people who have a track record of integrity? So it's a question of leadership, which I think that one can be corrected. Yes.
This one is, thank you so much for the show. Are there any more role models in Parliament? Because there are people of integrity in that August House that we used to look at, but some of them are since gone to be with the Lord. So the people that are there today, it is surprising that don't even know what they're supposed to do. So you find them sit in Parliament and then wait to see journalists in the corridors and speak about what they think, but not what the Parliament should do. Look at the people in committees. They only sit there to spectate and only take tea. And then after, they'll leave the committees and that will be all. So who are we left with as a role model, especially for the people who are going to Parliament for the first time? Who will be there to mentor them? That is why we get into the same problems every day, and every electoral year we get into the same problems. Therefore, only God can help us. I think I'll end with this one, saying, thank you so much for the deliberation. Truth is,